Society Stitchers.
Hi.
We are Team Black Needle Society, and we're here to answer our own rep search tag because some of you out there have been doing it, and we just thought it was only fair if we did it too. So I'm going to start off right away with what is your name?
My name is Laura.
And I'm Katie.
And I'm Athena.
And Mom is one of the co-creators of the Black Needle Society. Oh, and I should say she's my mom.
If you she doesn't just call me mom for the fun of it. Yeah.
If you don't know, she's my mom. And I'm one of the co-creators. And Athena is who handles our customer service and kind of wrangles us.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the wrangling happens a little more than the customer service at this point. We're hoping to keep it that way. We're hoping for no problems for Athena.
No, I don't want any nasty emails. Please. You
can send her an email that says, "Hi, Athena, just thinking about you."
Yeah, I would love those emails.
Or, rainbows. Okay. So where are you from?
I'm from the Gladstone area in Missouri.
Yes, and I am too.
And I'm a little bit southeast. So I'm in Blue Springs, Missouri. From them, I mean. Blue Springs, Missouri, but I'm originally from Denver. But I've been here for 10 years. So.
And she found a cross-stitch shop we need to go to there.
Yes.
How did we come up with the company name? So other people have answered, how did you come up with your floss tube name? Mm-hmm. Ours is obvious. It's the business name. So how do we come up with that name though?
So it was just a car ride. Katie and I do a lot of brainstorming in the car.
Lots.
And we were coming from the cross-stitch shop, which is out by Athena's house, and coming the back way home. So we have a little extra quiet time. And
I vividly remember crossing the bridge while we're brainstorming. Mm-hmm. And it was when I was really looking for a designer name more than a box business name. And I was like, well, what would my designer name be? And Mom and I really like Gail Carriger, who writes steampunk books. And one of our favorite things in there is the Order of the Brass Octopus. It's from her Parasol Protectorate series. We're like, oh, it sounds cool and ominous. And so that was kind of our template for the Black Needle Society. So we were like, well, what color sounds mysterious? What's something ominous sounding at the end? And then we got
the Black Needle Society.
Yep.
Okay. Why did we make the Black Needle Society? So this is why would you want to be a rep? So we thought we would tell you why we wanted to even have reps and why we wanted to have this company.
I've always wanted to have a cross-stitch shop, and then Katie got involved in the book box world, and I was seeing all the cool stuff, and she was always showing me what she was getting in boxes, and I'm like, I want that for cross-stitchers. And I asked Katie about it, and we really rolled that idea around in our heads for 2 or 3 years.
Long time. And I kept asking Mom, what would a box look like? And I think her ideal box was a lot more like stitch heavy items. And I was like, well, how are you going to carry that month to month to month? Mm-hmm. There's only so many cuts of fabric you can have, so many lengths of thread. And so that's where we kind of met in the middle ground between the book box world and the cross stitch box world and made this lifestyle box. Mm-hmm. But also the thing that really kind of pushed us to really get it going was that Michelle Bendy was our rep over on Love You More. And she started bringing more and more cross stitchers over into kind of the book business side of things. And so we in turn wanted to make more cross stitch things for them.
Mm-hmm. And we felt like we had a better base to start with then.
Yeah. And so, but we were seeing that things might be a little confusing on the website. So we wanted a clear division of the two businesses. And it kind of pushed us to divide and then pushed us to be like, well, what would we carry? How about that box that Mom's been talking about?
And then this thing happened called COVID-19. And we could hear stitchers saying, oh, my retreat got canceled. I can't go anywhere. I have to stay home. There's nothing at home for me.
And we had already come up with Retreat in a Box before, and the name of Retreat in a Box before any of that hit. And we had already been planning to launch the fall box as our first real able to buy it no matter where you are kind of box.
And we saw the huge reaction that people had to the designers banding together and doing the hashtag Be Well and Stitch and putting out all the free patterns, and just how excited and grateful stitchers were that there were cool things out there
to connect us all. So the other thing was we were doing our Show Me retreat, and we had to reroute that from an in-person to digital, and we really did have to have the whole retreat in a box. And it was
I think that that's kind of where the retreat in a box idea was already there. But then when you were forced to do Show Me digital, that's where the whole digital aspect of the retreat came in. And we've got a visitor. Hi, kitty. It's not a floss tube if you don't have a cat butt. It's just not. It's not.
He doesn't really like me that much. I don't know why now to stop up. Okay, but anyway.
So sorry.
So I would say, like, between you already had the idea of percolating, but then, COVID kind of launched that and just pushed it that much faster. So yeah,
we like we said, we only planned to do fall. We had the Show Me retreat and the Frogwarts retreat, which were both supposed to be in person, and they weren't really supposed to be retreat in a boxes. Like, we had swag, but they weren't retreat in a boxes. And then Frogwarts turned into a retreat in a box, and we heard stitchers and we saw the reactions, and that they were very upset that their retreats were being canceled, and they wanted a box sooner than fall.
Yeah.
So then we even backtracked further and created the camp box.
Right. So yeah. So the Fall into Stitching box that just went out last month was actually the first box.
The first brainchild. Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay. How do we promote the boxes? Well, first, it started off with Instagram.
Yes.
Then we created a Facebook group, which Athena has been reminding me to update. And then now we're over here on FlossTube, because we're trying to be where the stitchers are, and we want to make sure that we have easy communication with you.
And I always show some things on my FlossTube, and I know you guys do a great
job.
Yes.
So
yeah, unboxings. One thing I love watching for is the vendor releases. So love watching for those. But yeah,
we launched our photo challenge for the trick or treat.
Oh yes, and I love the photo challenges. And I think that is like the most brilliant idea of how to promote your boxes. Is just getting all of these people who are already artists to begin with. I mean, stitchers are artists, so getting them to take your pictures, and I think that's just amazing. That's so cool. And I was so excited when the new leaflets came out and my picture was on the back.
Yeah, so that's another thing, that if you enter the photo challenge, potentially I might use your photo on the back of one of the upcoming pamphlets. So I should probably put a disclaimer out there that I might do that, so nobody's
or
like,
if you really just love one, you can always ask them for their permission. So
yeah. Okay, so
worms.
I did not just have a stroke, I promise. How did you hear about us? It was the original question. And so how did we meet? So we're going to do, how did we meet Athena?
Yes. So I met Athena because of the Show Me retreat that Nancy and I hosted. And prior to that, we were able to get together with some of the local people and have a stitching day. and Athena was not at the first one,
Mm-mm.
but you were at the second one that was right before the retreat.
Yeah, there was a second one that was right before the retreat, and I met you there, and I was kind of just like, hi, because you were like a famous floss tuber, and I was scared of you still. So,
I wasn't
I'm
stitching.
totally scary.
Yeah.
Actually, no. All of the book people like constantly DM me and tell me that my mom is cute.
Aww.
But then
And then I met
at the Show Me retreat. First of all, at registration, because I met everybody at registration.
Yeah.
And then you and I got to kind of hang out and geek out together throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
You would come up when I had a small break at my station and chat with me.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
And that retreat is going to be transformed a little bit, and it will be the Black Needle Society retreat this next July.
yes, it has
Fingers
kind of
crossed.
because this year it has kind of a hybrid name. It is the Show Me / Black Needle Society retreat, so nobody gets confused this year, and then it will fully transition over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it is Katie and I hosting that now.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
it keeps us straight.
I'm sure we're going to get Athena up there in front of the room full of people.
Well, you better have a bucket. I will get sick to my stomach. Oh my goodness. No. Okay.
Okay, number 7. What is your favorite stitching accessory?
Now this is my personal stitching accessory, right?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay, so mine actually kind of coordinates in with favorite thing from the box too,
Okay.
because I like my needle minders, and I brought a couple from our retreat. So the first retreat was the Show Me retreat, and Katie designed this really cute,
I love it.
by the way. So it's a hoop, and it's got the needle and everything else on it. And if I move this finger, you can see the top of the hoop. And they're made on our glow forge. So these are wood.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that's had everybody losing their minds is the chocolate frog card, because everybody gets to be a famous witch or wizard.
And I am feeling the pressure because we have heard so much that everybody loves the personalized needle minders, especially for frogwarts. And I'm like, I don't have another idea for year 2 for a personalization thing for the needle minder.
So send those ideas.
Yes.
But this when we were thinking it would be an in-person retreat, we had thought everybody could wear their needle minders because it would have your name on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why the personalization to begin with.
And it's like such a bonus that you guys just love. There are so many people whose names are unusual who have commented and said, I can never find anything with my name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. There's never anything with my name. Oh wait.
ahead.
Everybody else gets to show their favorite thing too.
Yeah.
My favorite stitching accessory, I'm literally using it. I didn't mean to smack the table. I'm literally using it to keep track of what question we're on. I'm moving it down the page. Is a 3-inch square. And I particularly really like this one because it has holes at the 2.5 and 2-inch mark as well. And it's super handy. I in fact appreciated it much more a few days ago when I didn't have it near me. I had set it in a different room and didn't have it in my accessories pouch. And I had to use a tape measure to try and measure in my 2 inches, and it was not pretty.
Okay, you can show my actual favorite accessory.
Oh, okay.
I have a whole collection of Ginger scissors because at one point,
I just stabbed myself.
At one point, on eBay, people were selling these for next to nothing because they just didn't realize what they had.
Wow.
So, I have a huge collection of, it's not huge. We have
No,
a
it's
nice collection of scissors.
But
I don't think we're
also,
Holly status.
no. But I will say that a lot of our scissors match. So
Yes.
Mom has a pair of these.
Yes.
Yes, these are mine, but yeah, she has her own pair. And then if we found out that we both had the same pair, we would compare who had the prettier one in our opinions. Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my favorite accessory is my snag nabbit. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. There we go.
There you go.
Yep, perfect. It's like a long needle. I'm pretty sure, I mean, I think that everybody's heard of these by now, but it's got grooves at the top and you just push it down through your fabric and all these little grooves grab your loose threads. Any loose threads you may like, maybe you just didn't pull it tight enough and pulls it down to the back and then it's perfect. And in fact, my coworker today was wearing this really nice, pretty purple sweater and went to, a student came in to give her a hug, which we're not supposed to be doing that anyways. But I mean, when they just come at you, it's so hard. Had Velcro on her jacket and caught her sweater. And I was like, I'm gonna bring my snag nabbit to you tomorrow. Because it works for sweaters too. So you just push it through and it pulls those loose threads right to the back. So
yep,
that's my favorite.
What is your favorite non-stitching accessory?
Snacks.
Yeah, we all have snacks. So yeah, and I love these coffee nut peanut M&Ms. Oh, they are so good. And they went away for a short time and it made me nuts. And then my other thing is my happy planner. So my non-food item is my happy planner. And I like it. I really just started using it this year. So this was Mania.
Oh, nice.
And I just like the creative outlet when my brain maybe needs to get something out, but I'm not focused enough to stitch.
My other favorite non-stitching accessory is a coffee mug of some kind. So this is my Raydon Hocus Pocus mug.
Nice.
In a cauldron, which I particularly love right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine is just Pepsi. Pepsi is my caffeine of choice. I would be gone. I would be, I don't know, dead without my Pepsi. So
okay, that made me think that I'm surprised that you didn't have your baby out for your favorite stitching accessory.
Well, but it's not an
Oh,
well, it kind of is, but
Yeah.
Athena
I should have brought my baby out.
Athena has a full cone of 310.
Yes. And I swaddled it and I named her Bellatrix. It's a girl because we need another girl in this house. I've got nothing but boys. So.
Okay, so what is your favorite item from a black needle box? Well,
we showed the needle minders. And you want to show yours and then we'll talk about these?
Sure. So then one of my favorite items, it's really hard to choose when you're the ones putting together the boxes.
It is, because like she picks that up and I'm like, oh, there's one right over here.
Yeah. So and this is my big one because I had it specially made for me. But we sent house candles in our Frogwarts boxes from Liquish Candle Co. I love these for 3 reasons. First of all, my house smells amazing. All of them do, but I love mine especially.
Katie's a Hufflepuff.
I am loyal and true. I love Wickwish. She has been super supportive of us from the very beginning. I was one of her first social media reps over in the book world. And then when we launched Black Needle Society, she was really excited to start working with us. And she has been so amazing. You have probably seen her in multiple boxes. You'll probably see her in multiple other boxes.
She's a very talented person and she keeps adding items to her.
Yes, she is a huge variety. So
she's who just did our hand stamped
pumpkin
charm.
Yes. So I love her, and then I also love that she went with our crazy idea of doing a scent for every single house. And so my Hufflepuff candle smells different than Mom's Ravenclaw candle, smells different than Athena's Slytherin candle, smells different than Eunice's Gryffindor candle. See, I can pull a Gryffindor out.
I was rapidly trying to think who was a Gryffindor.
Oh my gosh, I know so many people's Hogwarts houses after the Frogwarts retreat. We were doing the sheet and I had to know what house they were in. So yeah. It's love the vendor, love the product. It was just awesome.
One that we've heard from you guys, you absolutely adore.
And Athena, because she let us know that this was her favorite ahead of time.
Is
yes, that's my favorite.
The coffee mug. And this is Katie's artwork. This is over 100 hours of artwork. And it's the journey to Hogwarts. So it starts at Privet Drive and you see the owls. Sorry for the glare, you guys. And then we get to King's Cross Station and you can see Harry at platform 9 3/4 where he boards the Hogwarts Express. And then on to Hogwarts, where it's hard to see, especially at night,
Yeah.
but the little boats are bouncing on the water out here.
Yeah.
So,
And that's honestly my favorite scene from the movie is those boats coming across and your first look at Hogwarts. Like that scene gives me goosebumps still to this day. Yeah, I would have to say that's probably by far my favorite item so far from the boxes. And then there was like question of whether I don't know if I should make more mugs for the rest of the years or not. And I'm like, ma'am, yeah, you better start your 100 hours now because we're gonna need that second mug and the third and the fourth, all of the mugs. I'm gonna need that whole collection on my shelf because I'm a collector.
and the comment we always get is, that is a huge cup. And I mean, it is a very wide cup.
It's wide, it's big around.
Like
yes.
Chloe held it up and said, it's as big as my head. So we wanted to show you what kind of coffee drinkers we are. Athena is not a coffee drinker. So most of the time we use a Ray Dunn mug and it is
comparable.
It's
actually,
it's bigger.
Yeah, it's taller and it's comparably as wide around, I would say.
Right. And it holds more because I know what I brew.
Yeah.
So that's my magic mug Katie just got me.
And here was my favorite mug back in college.
Ew.
I don't even know how many ounces this is. Here's the top of this one. Here.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah.
This way it makes this one look smaller.
It does.
But this one is taller and holds more.
Yeah.
They're close. But that one.
We're serious coffee drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have one more question.
Yay.
Okay, so the question was, what vendor do you want us to include in future boxes? But since we can't do a vendor because we kind of work with who we want to, we're gonna say, what designers would you like to include in future boxes? Because we haven't talked to a lot of those yet, so we have a wish list, and I know Athena does too.
Yes, and we have picked up some great suggestions from the rep entries.
Yes,
and we're not talking about just pattern designers. We're talking about fabrics. And if you have items that you'd like to see in boxes, you're welcome to send us ideas.
If you'd like to be a vendor in one of the boxes,
yes,
the Black Needle Society at gmail.com gets you to me. Mm-hmm. So maybe a few days before I get back to you, but gets you to me.
So some of the ones that we put on here that we like to work with.
Yes, we had a list of people who we were like, we want to work with them in 2021, but we can't fit them all. And
yes, we are already projecting out to 2022.
Yeah.
So we think this will be something that we sustain. So I would love to work with Sub Rosa Designs and Satsuma Street. And
I said Frosted Pumpkin. I have Summer House on here.
Plum Street Samplers.
Oh my gosh, yes. I DM'd her on Instagram, and I don't think that's the correct avenue. I've heard from others that I need to try and email. So I'm going to try and email. And then we have loved working with Blue Flower and Michelle Bendy and Tiny Modernist on the Advent boxes. So we'd love to work with them again. I'm trying to think who else.
And Hands-On Designs. Yeah. We're so excited to get to work with her, and Heartstring Samplery.
I squealed when I read that Hands-On said yes. I was like, oh my gosh.
And one of our favorite finishing item people is Lois from Lady Dot Creates. And that's exciting. We love, and she's so creative and so fast.
One person I'd love to have design a pattern for us is Ink Circles.
Oh, yes. So
Blackbird, we ran into Barb in the cross stitch shop, and we already kind of said, would you like to design a pattern for us? And they're booked out way in advance. So we're trying to see if it can happen, but she seemed receptive, hopefully, as long as timing would work out. Everybody cross their fingers.
So it might be a 2022 thing because they are that far out.
Silver Creek Samplers.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I mean, there are so many on our list.
And there are so many who aren't on our written down list because we also have a digital list that we're not looking at where we flush things out even a bit more.
This was the car trip.
Yes.
We
blur this out.
Yeah. I don't think anybody could read it, but I mean, we planned a lot in the car. And and please,
Stitcher.
Yeah. And please don't get your feelings hurt if we didn't say your name. We have so many people on this list and sometimes we think we're maybe not quite big enough yet.
Yes.
We're yours.
We're afraid of some of you. In the best way
I'm
possible.
not afraid.
In the best way possible.
I have a couple. I would love Little Stitch Girl. I'm sorry, I have all these patterns sitting on the floor down here. Little Stitch Girl would be amazing. I'm loving all of her patterns coming out. She's more new to this. I think she's probably maybe about a year, 2 years in, but yeah, she's doing awesome. And Autumn Lane Stitchery. Oh my gosh. If we could get Katie and Erin together and create art together, oh my gosh, it would be so cool. I don't know if you guys have watched any of their floss tubes. I know you guys are so busy, but he does a lot of he shows his design process and how he sketches everything out and then draws it and then turns it into a chart and everything. It's so cool. And I feel like I don't know if your design styles are the same, but I wouldn't say they're the same, but the two of you meshing together would be so cool.
So that might be a future floss tube on here where Katie talks about what she does to design.
There's not a real process yet. There's mom saying, Katie, if you want me to model stitch this, you need to get it done. Katie, where's that frogworks chart?
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Rightly so, because I was really far behind.
If you guys want these, then I have to push her on the cross stitch pattern because she has to figure out what's going on the pattern and what's going on here.
Yes.
And they're not, I mean, she's not going to do a duplicate.
Yeah, I tried this when the first box came together, tried really hard to make sure that there was a lot of coverage for book one and that the pattern was really where we were able to represent a lot from book one. And then the mug let me do even more because I could do scenes around the body of it, but I didn't want too much repetition throughout the whole box. So the whole box also has to be finalized and going before I can start on any of the artwork for it.
So keep an eye out because we will be announcing our reps and VIPs very soon.
Yes.
And we'll be announcing via Instagram.
Yes. I actually put up a post today. I didn't tell you this. The photo challenge graphic. And I said we would be announcing within 24 hours. So we have a deadline to make decision. We've watched all the videos and now we need to really narrow it down because we want everybody.
And thank you so much, you guys, for giving us a warm welcome and for applying to do this. I know this is a whole different concept.
Yeah, for putting yourselves out there.
Yes.
And thank you for watching this video and getting to know us a little bit.
And we'll be back maybe next month.
Yeah, I don't know how often these are going to happen.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
Maybe when we have Black Needle news or maybe an unboxing, we might do unboxings here and stuff like that.
I actually thought about that today because today is day one of the unboxing of our trick or treat box. So I had thought about maybe popping in and doing one video a day during trick or treat, but I don't know if that'll work. Maybe every few days.
Yeah.
So do you have your day one item with you?
I don't.
Do you have your day one item with you?
I do.
want her to show?
You can, Athena.
You can show that. Oh yeah.
Number one. Today is number one. Okay. We all know what this package means, guys. It's the needle miner. And I was not actually happy with you, Katie, because I always open the needle minders last. And you put it day one.
I know. We watch people and
there it is. It's the Stitcher tarot card. I absolutely love it. Are you guys seeing it good?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yes.
And
I love it.
That one was fun to concept because we were like, what's something Halloween-y?
Oh yeah.
Mom actually came up with the tarot card idea
because Katie had used a cool tarot card for the book box, right?
I came up with the idea of bookish tarot cards.
Yes.
So,
and I just thought maybe it would translate because she is like, so I get to spew things and then Katie takes all of the craziness and she
stores it in my brain
and she focuses it and processes it and comes up with something really cool to do with it.
Figures out where it makes sense in the line of things.
Yeah. And I was going to just read what you wrote for gift number one. Was made by the Black Needle Society, a tarot card inspired needle minder. It looks like there's stitching in your future. I love that. I love that.
Thank you. I never know if people are really going to read the spoiler card.
Oh, I'm totally reading it.
I try and make it entertaining if I can. So
yeah.
and Mom copy edits me. Otherwise, you would not understand what was
well. Going on. And I think that a lot of the unboxings, I mean, they definitely read them during the unboxings. So
thank you for joining us, Society Stitchers, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.